Alright guys, I think it's time to talk about the Ghostemane allegations, and this situation is very different than the whole Xavier Wolf stuff that's going on right now, because those are all new allegations that just recently broke. Nobody really knew that Xavier Wolf was doing any of this type of stuff previously, or at least not widely known. But with Ghostemane, it's a completely different situation, because allegations have been floating around for years about different situations with his previous ex-girlfriends, but it seems like a whole new batch of allegations are coming out right now that we have to take a look at. But besides just reading the new stuff, I also want to take a look back at the other two situations that have been spoke on previously to try to put them all together and see if we can get sort of a story here or what exactly is going on. Because once again, I want to try to stay a little bit unbiased and try to see if these allegations have any weight to them or not. But once again, make your own decision once I go through all of them, but I'll try to give my opinion but try to stay unbiased at the same time, if that makes sense. So the first situation we need to talk about when it comes to Ghostemane is from all the way back in 2019 when him and his girlfriend Jacqueline Single, I think it is, ended up breaking up. So of course this happened about 5 years ago, so there's not a whole lot of outside details that I can really get, but there is an article about the whole situation that I want to read a little bit of. So the article says, Ghostemane is used to dealing with some pretty dark themes in his music, but the star admits his ex-girlfriend has truly struck fear into his heart, and now he's asking for her to be kept at a safe distance. 27-year-old Ghostemane, real name Eric Whitney, has been revered in the underground music scene as an innovator of his ability to merge genres like metal and hip-hop, as well as industrial and rock. According to a restraining order filed by Ghostemane, he's accusing his 22-year-old ex-girlfriend Jacqueline Singroli of domestic violence. The musician explains that he and Singroli had not been getting along, and on March 9th, things took a very bad turn. Ghostemane claims that his ex-girlfriend, who he lists at 5'3" and 105 pounds, was at his apartment in West Hollywood when she exploded into a jealous, irrational, physical, and verbal rage. After he suggested that they attend the MuseSync Music Festival plus Tattoo Convention in Costa Mesa, California with other people. He says she demanded to be driven home, but then alleges she began screaming about not going home while on the car ride. Ghostemane claims he pulled over the car on Hollywood Boulevard to de-escalate the situation. He claims Singaroli threatened, if you call the police, I will tell them that you have guns and drugs in the car and that you hit me, and then allegedly ran out of the car and began kicking it. Ghostemane makes it clear he did not have drugs or guns in the vehicle, but says she drove his car up the street and then called police. Singaroli was taken into custody and booked on charges of assault and vandalism. According to the court record, she was released the next day on $20,000 bail. Ghostemane said he had to travel to South America on business, and when he returned, he realized Singaroli had filed a restraining order against him, alleging domestic violence, but claims she fabricated accusations of hitting her in the arm and face. Regardless of the allegations over false claims, Singaroli's restraining order was granted against the musician. Ghostemane now says he fears for his safety and well-being and is worried about the mental health and emotional state of his ex-girlfriend. He claims Singaroli once tried to commit by jumping off his balcony when he mentioned breaking up, and he believes her long-standing emotional and mental instability exacerbates the current threat. And the judge signed off on the restraining order, so Ghostemane now has a restraining order on her and she has a restraining order on him. So of course this is all just alleged in an article. I'm assuming the person who worked at that website found the restraining order and gathered all the information from that. The two definitely dated. You can see there's pictures of them together. They definitely had a relationship, but as far as the more broader details, we don't know a whole lot about it. This one was kind of swept under the rug because there was allegations on both sides, and a lot of people seemed like both of them seemed crazy in this situation, but Ghostemane is definitely making it seem like she was the one who exacerbated everything. But I do want to mention this is a pretty common trait for mentally abusive people. They'll get you upset, freak you out, gaslight you, and then when you finally snap on them, they take a video, and after that, you're seen as the crazy one. And I'm not saying that's what happened in this situation, just trying to give you a little bit more context of what might have went down, but either way, both of them got a restraining order on each other. Neither one of them pushed any further charges, and it seems like the whole situation just kind of faded away. There was a bit of discussion about it on the Ghostemane subreddit, and then she shared a story showing her restraining order and talked about articles spreading false information. Right after that, these messages surfaced on the subreddit where somebody says, "You're so beautiful to be dealing with any of that. He's not worth it, Jackie. Just because he's a well-known artist doesn't give him the right to treat you like shit. I'm disgusted to even call myself a fan of his music. He's not worth it at all. The fact that he has videos of you too is worse." He then says, "Hey, I got Wi-Fi. It's not that. I met him as a normal guy. He made me happy and treated me great, and slowly he started to control me." So it seems like this might have been the initial girlfriend that he actually blew up with that he talks a little bit about in his No Jumper interview. When it comes to the videos, I'm not sure exactly what they're talking about. I didn't see any of those surface online. Maybe it's something that Ghostemane said, or maybe it's something that she accused him of, but either way, that's basically all there is to this situation that I know of publicly online. So as time goes on, this situation fades away and Ghostemane gets into another very public relationship with a girl known as Poppy. Now if you don't know Poppy, she was kind of an internet phenomenon back in 2020, or now that I'm thinking about it, it actually might have been a little bit earlier than that. She was in one of the YouTube rewinds, and her whole stick was that she was just kind of a weird girl that would say say, "Hi, I'm Poppy." The videos came off as very creepy. A lot of people talked about it online. They thought it was a weird horror type of series, or maybe she really was deranged. Then it came out that she actually was a musical artist and all of this was for promo. And it seems like it worked out because she eventually ended up dating Ghostemane. She even directed a couple of his music videos. They're very public with their relationship, and a lot of fans really liked them together, thought they were a good couple, and he was even talking about getting engaged to her. But at some point in 2021, it all fell apart when they broke up seemingly out of nowhere. And only about a week later, he ended up posting pictures with his new girlfriend, Sky Fires, who he's actually now married to, leading a lot of fans to think that he moved on way too fast and maybe even cheated on Poppy. Now, I don't care about any of this random drama stuff, but it eventually led to more allegations being thrown on Ghostemane's name. So we have another article here where it says, despite Ghost having split with his former fiancée Poppy sometime in mid-December 2021, by December 30th, he was posting with his new girlfriend all over his stories. While this isn't necessarily proof of anything, it led many of his fans to think he cheated on Poppy since he went from being engaged to dating a random girl in just a week. This led to a response on Reddit where somebody says, "Let me tell y'all a little secret. I'm his brother's ex. We split November 1st. Eric nor Alec have any respect towards the woman they get with. They're both narcissist from hell. Alec was truly the worst thing to ever happen to me, and him and Eric are just alike. It does not surprise me in the least that Eric would rub salt in the wound." Somebody then responds, "Never thought Eric is like that, but I guess it's part of the human nature. Every person is different, and apparently he is that type of person." Then responds saying, "Unfortunately, trust me when I say Eric and Alec are both very destructive people." Someone then says, "Wait, you really dated his brother? That's insane. I can't believe how gross they both are. Yes, I've dated Alec, Horace Black, until November." Now, usually I wouldn't really pay any attention to random comments on Reddit because we don't know who these people are or if their story has any weight. She's not showing any proof, but she actually did show proof because she has pictures with Horace Black. This leads somebody to private message her saying, "Hey, sorry to bother you, but I was wondering if I could see proof of you dating Ghostemane's brother. I definitely believe you about him being toxic. I'm a Poppy fan and everyone already thinks Ghostemane is a weirdo, lol." And she said, "Yeah, hold on," and then shows a picture of the two of them together. She then shows another picture of the two of them together and then posts a picture of her Reddit name to prove that she's actually the girl in the picture, and that pretty much confirms that they were dating. Now, Poppy never really alleged anything against Ghostemane. Once again, this is an unrelated girl who just so happened to date Ghostemane's brother, so it's not really proof of much, but a lot of people like to look at this article where Ghostemane and Poppy are talking about each other, and Ghostemane says it was the exact opposite of a toxic relationship. Now, despite these accusations being pretty mild, it seems like fans were able to pester Ghostemane enough to make an actual response on his Discord server. I don't think he's responding to any of the alleged abuse stuff. I think he's just responding to the whole relationship ending and people asking him why. This is how he responded. He said, "LOL, I'm disappointed that fans think I would make anything other than a good decision for my own well-being. I left a dog shit relationship where I was being treated like dog shit. Why? Because I don't have to stay in a dog shit relationship being treated like dog shit just because people love my relationship so much. Why do you get to be happy while I'm being treated like dog shit? If you said anything other than something supportive on this topic, you're a simpleton and an embarrassment to the community. If you have anything negative to say about any decision I make, you're a simpleton and your opinion won't be noted, cared for, or even treated as important. To everyone else and most of the people who are supportive as usual, thanks for being consistent, and I'm grateful that the vast majority of my community is made of people like you, Blackheart." Now, don't get me wrong, this is a pretty childish response for somebody who's almost 30 years old, but maybe he was just mad at the time and people were pestering him non-stop about his relationship. I mean, saying that anybody who disagrees with him is a simpleton is kind of stupid, but I feel like maybe he didn't mean that. I'm not sure, I don't know Ghostemane personally, but overall it seems like all the accusations so far aren't too bad. It's mostly just coming down to petty drama, and now that he's married to the woman, I think a lot of fans might be pissed off that it happened in the way it did, but at the same time, having a public relationship has to be hard. When you have all these fans who are living vicariously through you, it's got to be a lot of stress, so maybe he just made a bad take, but overall I can't say any of this is proof of him actually being abusive, but we do have two people saying that he wasn't the best guy to be around when they were in a relationship with him. But now that we've covered all that backstory, it's time to get to the new allegations that came out a few days ago. Now, these were all posted on Reddit, and I'm not really sure where they're coming from or who's the person who's actually accusing him of stuff, but let's just take a look at them and see what it says. So I'm pretty sure these are messages between Ghostemane and maybe a fan where she says, "One more time I didn't do his hair, oh my god," and he says, "Okay, I don't care, man, I don't give a f." He says, "I'll be leaving and I'll be gone for a while, good luck with your CSI shit." She says it's not a big deal, and he says, "All your gay friends who are actually bi." So this alleged accuser right here says he's homophobic. He got mad that my friend blank came over after hair school and he was very gay. He dated blank blank. But he came over after school to hang with me and do hair, and Eric got mad at me. He came over one time and he had pink hair, and Eric got mad thinking I did his hair. So apparently this first accusation is calling Ghostemane homophobic. I'm not sure exactly who's accusing him of this. I'm not sure if this is an ex-partner, a friend, but this is just an out of context text. She's saying this situation happened, but we have no idea what's really going on. But but let's look a little deeper and see if these accusations get any worse. This person says, "This was the day he hit me with his car when I asked him to take me to the hospital. When he asked him to take her to the hospital, he hit her with his car. She filed a restraining order against him, then he retaliated with a restraining order against her, which he was allowed to speak about publicly, but she wasn't because of her NDA, which is why many people online thought that Jackie was actually the abusive one." So if you've been paying attention, it seems like these new accusations are bringing new evidence against the original story that I told, where Jackie got the restraining order put against her by Ghostemane because he was in fear of his life. Then says Jackie was sick with a 102 fever and asked him to take care of her. When she got to his apartment, he chained her up so he could shoot up H in the bathroom. I just have to say that's an absolutely insane accusation, so let's see what proof she has to back that up. Okay, so this all makes sense now. It seems like these are texts between Jackie and the person who actually posted these in the first place. I guess Jackie can't speak directly about it because of this NDA, so she was able to message this girl, talk about it, and she was able to bring them to light. So Jackie says, "Him trying to sue me, proof of us still dating after the car accident but not publicly because he didn't want to have to admit to abuse. The clear age gap, road rash from me being struck and drugged by a car, the fake account that he paid a lawyer to write up. I have so much more that would destroy this man, but I never cared to, but he knows that he fucked my life up so bad when I was younger, and I was afraid to speak out against him because I didn't understand my rights. The only friends that I have who are witnesses to this are people I no longer speak to because they were attached to the domestic violence. People like blank went as far as to destroy evidence from when he basically R-worded me when I was unconscious with a fever. Sorry it's not too much information, but she took my paperwork that I got from the courthouse when they did an inspection on my body and threw it in the garbage and said that her dog had thrown up on it. But she only did it because Eric told her to do so. She thought that he would give her a chance, but they never ended up dating. He just needed to lie to her so she would destroy the evidence. He very much gaslit me and would use intimidation from legal people like lawyers and threatening me because he knew I was a teenage girl living alone in California with no one and no resources and nowhere to go or anyone to turn to even. And he knew he had more money and power than me and he could bury the situation to his benefit. And 5 years later, I'm still suffering the consequences of this because people think that I'm in danger because of the fake article that he paid someone to post about me, to discredit me and to hide the fact that he was severely abusive throughout the entire relationship. He groomed me and he talks shit about Puya and even Peep and is also misogynist racist. He does heroin and he tried to physically abuse me multiple times and then he made me look crazy to discredit me. But one day the world will know. Till then, we can dick ride to the songs I made. And I have all the conversation where he gives me the credit and he says that he doesn't have to publicly credit me because that would be silly. I was just a teenage girl. And might we add, he literally carved into a girl in her leg and made the Opium cover for his album. He never credited the girl and the girl to this day has problems mentally about what happened. He never even apologized to her. He carved into her leg with a knife. And then we have a DM conversation with the girl that said, "I made the Opium album cover for Ghostemane. He never credited me, then never answered me again, and I've been banned from Instagram with the account I used to communicate to him. I would also work on other art on there, or at least try. The photo is a real scar and he cut up my face from it and ruined it. I don't want money, I just don't like feeling used by a bitch. There's a way to be credited at least. Thank you for your attention, and if you don't want to answer to this, no problem." She was 17, by the way. So that's basically all the allegations we have at the time of making this video. Everything I could find online, the recent stuff and the old stuff, I want to gather all together to try to make a coherent story, but as of right now, I'm not really sure what to make of this. I mean, it definitely seems like some sketchy shit went down in 2019 when the restraining orders were placed on each other, but we don't really know what happened there. Sure, there's all these new allegations, but they're mostly just messages. I definitely by no means want to discredit anything she's saying, but with no actual evidence, there's no way that I could really say that this is actual abuse one way or another. And if what she's saying is true, then there's probably no way that she can get that evidence back, seeing as how the people around him supposedly destroyed it all. But I would hope that she would at least have a copy of the NDA maybe, that could show some proof that this actually went down. But as of right now, we're all just gonna have to wait and see because there's no actual definitive proof that we can really stick to, and I don't want us to all just bandwagon and start canceling every artist as soon as they get one accusation. We have to take it more seriously, wait for proof, and really see if it actually went down the way that people are saying. I understand depending on your background, if you've been in this type of situation before with an abusive ex, you're definitely going to want to take her side, and if you're somebody who's been falsely accused, you're definitely going to want to take his side. But I feel like in this situation, it's definitely more nuanced than the Xavier Wolf stuff. Not that I want to compare, but you know what I mean. But definitely let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Try to keep it civil if you can. I know this is kind of a serious topic, so people are going to get heated, but it is what it is, and I want to see what people really think. Once again, thank you for watching. Subscribe to the channel. I just went past 11K. I don't want to advertise too much because this is a more serious subject, but if this is going to keep happening, eventually I probably will have to advertise my stuff. So subscribe to the channel, like the video. Got a second channel called Twisted Society if you want to post music on there. And besides that, thanks for watching. Bye. Oh yeah, and shout out Knife Gang.